This is where I keep all the stuff that I don't want anyone to see. Today I wanted to show you what I am calling cheap resin bonded stones. And I think that these are actually some of the cheapest, if not the cheapest, actually good quality resin bonded stones that you can currently buy. Now, cheap and resin bonded diamond usually don't go hand in hand. One doesn't usually go with the other. And they are the Worksharp resin bonded diamond expansion pack. It's key to get this guy right here. I will leave a link to what I think is the cheapest place that you can get these below. For full disclosure, this is not a sponsored video. I was not paid to make this video. Worksharp has no idea I'm even making this video, but they did give these to me for free to check out, and I do have a working relationship with Worksharp. With that being said, if I didn't actually like these, you simply wouldn't be seeing them. They would be under the table because I just would not do the video. So, rather than sit here and just tell you why I like these, I'm gonna show you. So first off, in this pack, you get a 1200, a 2000, and a 3000, and you get a strop. So you get 3 bonded stones and a strop for about half the cost of other quality stones if you work out the cost per stone. Now you can get cheaper bonded diamond stones on Amazon, but the ones that I've tested, they're not that great. So these things were originally made for Worksharp's Precision Adjust line of sharpeners, which is this guy right here. But I'm reviewing these. It didn't break, relax. It's designed to do that. I just didn't have it screwed in. It literally unscrews like this and screws back in for disassembly and reassembly. Relax. But I'm reviewing these for freehand use in this video. Now, I'm not going to quote exact prices in this video because prices change, but right now I think that there's a pretty good deal, and I'll link that below. Now, if we look at these stones up close, we have really good particle control with no contamination anywhere. And to get a reference on particle size, here is an accurately graded, verified, double stamp, triple stamp, 6 micron particles on the surface of the 3000 grit stone. So depending on what grit standard you're using, I'd say that these stones are about perfectly graded in that 3000 grit range, or as much as you can possibly be since there's no real grit standard. I don't know if that makes any sense. And the scratch patterns also reflect that quite well, quite literally. Now, one issue with resin bonded stones that you're going to encounter, especially in the finer grits, is loading. Now, these are some of the better stones that I've seen in terms of minimal loading. Some stones load more than others, and when they do load, some will completely stop cutting, and you have to stop the sharpening and clean the stone. Now, the Worksharp stones also suffer from some loading, but it's actually pretty minimal compared to some other stones, and they continue to cut even when loaded. Again, I think that these are some of the better stones in that regard. So this is the 3000 grit stone, and this is about the worst loading that you'll see from these up close. Like any other stone, you'll have high and low points on these, and the loading will happen always on the high points. In my experience with the Worksharp stones, as the stone loads, you'll just need to add slightly more pressure. To simplify what's happening here, this will allow some breakdown of the binder on the surface and allow the knife to contact new abrasive. So the loading will move around on the stone, so to speak, and not continue to build up in one spot. Now, another thing to point out here is the abrasive thickness. The abrasive thickness here is definitely thinner than some other stones on the market. However, these are really hard wearing stones. And if you're just a regular knife person sharpening a couple times a week, 2, 3, 4, 5 times a week, like seriously, most even knife people won't sharpen that much. But if you were sharpening a couple of times a week, these will probably last you your entire life. So to test this in some manner, I decided to sharpen non-stop for 10 minutes straight on the 1200 grit using very high pressure, which would be the fastest wearing grit of the bunch. Because I'm putting a ton of pressure on here. Now this is simulating enough wear on the stone so that if it was going to wear prematurely, we'd be able to physically see it. Dude, the stone is warm. That's crazy. And on initial inspection, I really didn't see any real wear, and this is not including all of the previous use. Anyway, I think you're looking at pennies per use or less out of these, which I think is pretty good. Now, I've tested other cheap resin bonded stones with way more abrasive thickness that only lasted like a handful of sharpening. So looking at the abrasive thickness doesn't really tell you that much, to be honest. And I've also tested some other stones that have had a lot of abrasive thickness, but also wear super hard, like super hard. No one would ever wear them out in the first place, period. So you end up paying for something that you never actually used. So basically 3 times the abrasive thickness on some of these stones for 3 times the price, but it's something you won't ever use anyway. And that's because it's all about the actual binder itself, or exactly how the bonded stones are actually bonded together. That's the secret sauce, and unfortunately it's not really something that we can easily quantify. So again, we have to be careful about comparing abrasive thickness in this regard, because it just doesn't tell you a whole lot. So this is after the 10 minutes worth of high pressure use, and also after all of the sharpening that I've done with it so far, and I've sharpened a good bit with it. I'm gonna take a quick measurement here. Right in the middle of the stone we have 127 thousandths, and then on the edge of the stone that has seen basically 0 use, we've got around 130. So, I mean, that's not a whole lot of wear. Now the size of these stones is 1 inch by 3 inch. 1 inch by 3 inch? Yep, that's what I said. No, they're 1 inch by 6 inch. It even says right on the box. What an idiot. No idea what that is in metric, but who cares? I mean, the human foot is a far superior measuring device than... Can't even see these things. So have you ever like zoned out, not realizing exactly what it was that you were doing? Yeah, that was me here when I decided to weigh these stones. Like, why would anybody need to know the weight? I don't know, but for some reason I decided that it was necessary to weigh these. And I just use the standard double stick tape method to hold them in place, and they can be used freehand, no problem. Of course, larger would be better, especially for larger knives, but you can make them work. Anyway, these things feel quite similar to ceramic splash and go stones. Some bonded stones have a really gummy, sticky, soft feeling to them. These feel quite nice, again, very similar to splash and go ceramics. They have good feedback, meaning that you can more easily tell when you're holding your angle properly. So here is a CPM M4 blade run through the 1200 to 3000 and then stropped on a 1 1/10 micron strop, and it's absolutely, positively hair whittling sharp. And it has a really nice looking bevel finish. For those of you who know, CPM M4 is a super pain to sharpen, especially on finer grits. It's a super high wear resistant steel due to those large carbides and high hardness. So if you're working with those high end super steels and you're not using diamond, at least for your finer grits and stropping, I think that you're definitely being held back and not getting the most out of your steel. The problem is I think for the longest time the price of resin bonded stones has really held a lot of people back. I mean, traditionally you're looking at $70 to over $100 per stone, per 1x6 inch stone. It's really expensive for these things. These things are less than half the price of that right now, so they're kind of an incredible value in my opinion. Now, one thing you may also want to pick up with any resin bonded stone is some sort of a cleaning stone. Eventually you'll want to resurface any bonded stone, and the best thing to use is these super cheap sharpening stones that you can get from Amazon. They're terrible for sharpening. Don't try sharpening on it. Well, you can, but they're really that bad. But good for cleaning bonded diamond stones. I think that they're around $10, but a couple of passes with a piece of one of these stones will give you a brand new surface. So I also use this to clean my 8000 grit Norton, which is really bad for clogging, but it leaves a really nice mirror finish. It needs flattening, but you can see how quickly it cleaned it up. And again, I'll link those below. You know, honestly, I kind of hate doing reviews like this because it's really difficult to criticize something when it does exactly what it's supposed to do at a cheaper price than anyone else. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it would be cool to have some super crazy fine grits, like finer than the 3000 here, but that's not really a criticism of what's currently available. I mean, why does every review have to be critical in some way? I mean, if we do a good review, then we're biased. If we do a bad review, then you didn't use it correctly. I mean, I'll be the first to admit that I'm biased, but I like sharp knives. Dull just doesn't cut it.